Okay, let's make our own robot using this perf board and LEDs. Okay, so for robot we will need yellow, okay, and then red, and then green for go. Sure. So we put this aside, and then we have our controller. This will be the brains of the whole robot. So actually it's not a robot, it's traffic light, because where I'm from it's called a robot. For some reason I don't know why. It's because of maybe it operates itself or what. But then this is a traffic light. So moving on to the code, I will explain each and every step on like what's going on. Okay. So the int rate equals to 10 means on my Arduino I'm connecting the red pin, the red LED to pin 10, okay, and the yellow LED to pin 9, and the green LED to pin 8. And then the reason why I write them like this is like I'm declaring them so that the Arduino notices the code and the declaration of the pins. And then where it says void setup, okay, on my void setup it's like setting pin modes. The pin mode tells us that it's an input or output, and then I specify which pin mode I'm talking about. So as I said, pin mode red output, and then pin mode yellow output. So that is where I specify where the code, like the processor will understand, okay, I'm setting these pins as output, so it's not like reading analog data or any data at all. Okay, so it just gives out the output of 3.3 volts of power, okay, according to the specific timer that will be set to. And then when it says void loop, that is where the code will run repeatedly again and again and again for infinity. So digital write specifies, okay, that on pin red, which is pin 10, we should turn the LED high. It specifies the high as turning on and the low as turning off. So when it says digital write yellow, the pins are off, and then same as green. So since this is a traffic light, the sequence will be different. Okay, so as you can see, my delay, it's 100 microseconds. So the microseconds, actually the delay tells us after how long should the code loop. Okay, you see I'm getting errors there. It's because of some minor things. After fixing them, they are good, because the Arduino IDE tells us about the errors that we make on the code. So this is the schematic whereby it's telling you how to connect the pins. So the long pin of the LED should be on the data pin side, and then the short one should be on the ground side on your what is this, on your breadboard, sorry, on your breadboard. And then so far this is the schematics and everything works perfectly fine. You will see on the next part whereby it will be blinking. Now the code is uploaded and works perfectly well. So the green LED is turning on, the red LED is turning on, and then what I did is to solder the ground pins on the perf board, and the positive pins, I left them out to be free without contacting with each other, so that I can connect the jumper pins directly onto them and to the microcontroller. So buying the kits from me, I can also teach you on what's going on, know how to connect your circuits. I give you specific things to learn at the time until you become perfect, until like you want to expand and do more crazy projects like I've done if you've been following me. So I'm giving you an opportunity to subscribe, follow, check my YouTube channel, check my Facebook channel, so that you can learn more about these circuits. So the robot is functioning very well, And this is what your son, daughter could learn in future if you dare to follow me today. So let's change our lives, let's change our mindsets. This is the goal here. The robot sequence is working perfectly fine. It gives you basic coding skills, nothing big, nothing huge, just good basic coding skills until you become a pro as you want to be. Maybe you could pursue a career in robotics, who knows? Maybe it could be your next big startup project, who knows? Only God knows. So, there to follow so that you can learn more. Sure.